Welcome to the AIDEM Interactions. The AIDEM being the one and only trilingual website from Kerala. We are in the heart of the most happening place in India at this moment, in Uttar Pradesh. And I am with a person who is equally connected to the social fabric of Uttar Pradesh and also to Kerala, Subhashini Ali. Welcome, Subhashini Ali, to AIDEM Interactions.
Thank you.
So let us start talking to her about the election. So what is the feeling that you get sitting in Kanpur?
You see, I've been traveling around and I've been sort of trying to keep a track of what's happening. And I would like to say that the changes that we are seeing now, it's not as if they've happened very suddenly. There were indications some time ago, but they were not taken very seriously. For example, soon after the government was formed, a very important ally of the BJP, that is Om Prakash Rajbhar, he left, even though he was a minister, he left the BJP government and he came away and he gave a very considered opinion. And he said this government is anti-OBC. And he gave two very interesting examples. He said they had promised that they would give reservation within reservation for the more backward castes. And the report has come, but they are not doing it. And the second thing he said was, this government has allocated money for students in government schools. And for the OBC, SC, ST students, they have allocated 700 crores. And for the upper caste students also, they have allocated 700 crores. Whereas the OBC, SC, ST students are more than 5 times in number. Why an equal allocation? These were two interesting and very concrete points he made. And I remember that then. And then later on, you know, there was a by-election and the BJP lost the Lok Sabha seats of Kairana and Gorakhpur and Phulpur. That was a very big indication. But anyway, they were able to do damage control. And then, you know, about 2 years after the government was formed, about 100 of the MLAs belonging to the backward castes sat on dharna against their own government. But that also, anyway, they were able to manage. But these were pointers. And then after that, there has been a series of sort of incidents, and a lot of them are connected with the farmers' movement also. That the way in which Yogi tried to crush the movement and the way they tried on 28th of January to completely break up the movement at Ghazipur border and the way that the farmers stood very firm. All this was showing that some changes are occurring. Of course, they had made a lot of terrible oppression also. But they were able to get away with that because it seemed as if they were only targeting Muslims, whether it was in the CA, NRC movement or whether it was the, you know, inter-community marriages or the issue of cows. They were able to project all these things as being anti-Muslim. But actually they were affecting all sections of society. The whole cow thing has affected Dalits. Dalits have lost livelihood in a big way, and of course now the farmers are getting more and more angry with the cows and bulls eating their crops and all that. But because of this anti-Muslim targeting that they were able to present before people, they didn't get the opposition that they would have got otherwise.
But hasn't this communal agenda always worked in UP?
No, but the thing is, you see, that it's a communal agenda and it worked, but that communal agenda is affecting many other people. For example, like I said, the cow agenda, it's affecting all the peasantry, it's affecting Dalits across the board. Similarly, even this inter-community marriages, after all, the girls who are entering into these marriages are all non-Muslims, they are Hindus. And they are taking a very strong stand, they are being very brave about it. And so all these things create ripples among larger sections of society. Then the encounters, see, there have been more than 200 encounter deaths and I don't know, more than 500 encounters. And in that 40-45% have been Muslims, but there have also been large numbers of OBCs and Dalits, and all poor people, and not major criminals, not big criminals. So this is also seeping into different sections of society, but it has not become a very big issue that people are articulating when they speak against the government. Then the anti-Dalit, terrible atrocities against Dalits. I mean, the rapes of Dalit women and killings of Dalit women and girls has increased under this government, despite lockdown where people are not moving out much, but still it increased. And there have been such horrible incidents like the Unnao rape, where the government went all out to protect their MLA. And then, of course, the Hathras case, in which, I mean, everybody was really shocked at the way Yogi and his police officers said there was no rape, and then the girl died and her body was snatched away from her family and was burnt by the police. So all this has created different circles of anger and opposition among different communities. And this is very important because BJP was able to win last time by not only doing polarization between Hindus and Muslims, but actually working very closely in villages, very targeted work among non-Jatav, non-Chamar Dalit communities and among non-Yadav OBC communities. And that was the reason for their success last time. They were able to get many leaders who had been in BSP to join them, and so they were able to form a big coalition of many Hindu communities and Hindu castes, and they, I think, got 51% of the vote. So it was very uphill for anybody opposing them. But like I said, there were indications that soon after they assumed government, opposition and discontent had started.
So you were telling me about this caste factor that helped BJP last time.
Yeah.
So why do you think it will not help them this time?
No, you see, what I was saying is that there have been indications that those castes which have been for the last 25 years very against the Samajwadi Party, but now they are feeling that the BJP has humiliated them. So two things have happened. One is the tremendous victory of the farmers' movement. That victory has enthused people to believe that Modi can be defeated. Because directly a defeat for Modi. And the shift in caste is very visible there in Western UP, where they had actually organized riots in 2013 and broken the peasant unity, that is the Hindu peasantry and the Muslim peasantry. That came together in this movement, and when they won, it was a victory of their unity. So that has changed things. And then, you know, as I said, the shift which was getting visible, and when all these big leaders like Swami Prasad Maurya and all, their leaving actually was an indication not that they were leaving, but they were very conscious of the fact that their base was moving. If their base had not moved, they would not have left.
Even we have all the cumulative effect of all these factors. There is a huge margin that
No, but that margin was created by these people. So if these people shift, and if votes like the Muslim vote doesn't get divided between SP and BSP, then that's the way in which that difference is being overcome. So definitely one was not very optimistic, but one was seeing the shift, that the winds of change are blowing in Uttar Pradesh. But the extent of dissatisfaction, especially among youth, has come out very clearly in the course of this, the three phases that we have seen up till now.
Do you have any assessment about the numbers that...
See, that's very difficult because they're not allowing exit polls and all that. But definitely, for example, the first two phases, I think 135 seats. And I mean, the reports that are coming, it is almost as if what BJP was last time, Gathbandhan is going to be this time, and what Samajwadi and RLD and all were last time, BJP may be in that situation. Because from Western UP, from the very first day, there has seemed like a wave, and everybody said, oh, it will be just restricted to Western UP because of the effect of the farmers movement. But that's not happening. It's coming along.
What is the position of CPIM in all
No,
this?
CPIM, see, we are not having any alliance with the Samajwadi Party, and they have got their own ways of, stitching alliances, mostly based on caste. So we are not part of that at all. And the three left parties also, we had some talks. So we decided to contest very few seats where we have some votes, and they are mostly in very poor areas. So we were going to contest 4 seats. One in Allahabad, which is what we consider tribal, but those tribals are not given the recognition of being tribals. They are considered scheduled castes. That's a big issue there. So we've had an MLA from there earlier, so we're contesting that seat, which is Koraon. Then we were contesting the seat in Mirzapur, which actually TMC is contesting with Samajwadi Party. But unfortunately, our candidates' papers were rejected for very flimsy reasons. Then we are fighting Chakia, which is one of where we've had a lot of land struggles, which is in Chandoli district, and one seat where we have some base, which is Salimpur in Devariya. So now these 3 seats we are contesting, and we are campaigning. I am going to the campaign and all. As far as Samajwadi Party and RLD are concerned, we gave a statement right in the beginning that we are supporting whoever is defeating BJP. But we are not going in their campaign, we are not going on their dais, we are not going on their vehicles or anything. We are conducting our own independent campaign in all these places.
But CPIM had many seats in Uttar Pradesh earlier.
No, we've never had more than...
You had 6, no?
No, we had 4.
4.
That is the most we have had recently.
Yeah.
And that was in alliance.
Yeah.
On our own, we have never gone more than 2.
Okay.
But we've often had 2 on our own, but that was also some time back. See, the caste politics, mobilization on caste has naturally affected us very badly, because we had a very big base among Dalit, landless. So with the emergence of BSP, that was lost. We had many, OBC bases due to land struggle and due to struggle of poor peasants. That's also been, washed away by this caste mobilization. Similarly, among Muslims also we had a good following in many places, but with this emergence of BJP and Samajwadi Party usually being the main contestant in the Muslim area, then that also has drifted away. So we are in a very difficult position.
So what do you think if either party wins, either front wins, what will be the future of India? Will that make
No.
a huge
You see,
difference to
there is
India's
no
future?
question. Future of India will, we have to wonder what is going to be the future of India if BJP wins. Because BJP winning UP is not BJP winning any state. BJP winning UP means winning the most crucial state for them. It will have 80 seats in the Lok Sabha election, and it is next door to Delhi. They've always gone to Delhi through Uttar Pradesh. So their losing in Uttar Pradesh means that the chances of their losing in 2024 also become very real. So there's no question of saying that whoever wins, what does it mean for us? BJP winning is bad for everybody, bad for India, bad for the left, bad for the people, bad for the poor. So there's no question of saying that there's any, that the two things are equal. Samajwadi Party winning also is not going to help us, but at least there will be possibility of movement, possibility of raising demands, possibility of some struggles. So we'll have to, depends on what we do, how seriously we take up people's issues.
And one last question on
Yeah.
the women voters of Uttar Pradesh.
You see, I'm hoping, because women have been very, very staunch BJP voters also, because of the temple and because of, they feel it's their religious party. But women have suffered a lot, and their main issue is high prices, high price of gas cylinders, and terrible, terrible, terrible insecurity. the insecurity that women and young girls feel is really palpable. And young girls' education has been destroyed because they have no access to online education. They don't have smartphones, they don't have any of those things, and the government has not done anything to help them.
But there is this BJP campaign and narrative that they have improved the law and order.
No, they
situation
may
in
say
India.
that, but it's very hilarious. They had a video of a young woman at night. She's almost dancing and running on the ghats. And she's saying that how safe UP has become. In the middle of the night, she can wander around the ghats of Banaras. But everybody knows that it's a video. So there's a camera person, there's a lights person, there's a music person. So everybody thinks it's a big joke. And you ask any woman about security and they will tell you how insecure they feel. It's a very, very palpable thing. It's a very serious thing. And girls missing out on education. And after all, girls are job seekers also. Just like the male job seekers are feeling so frustrated and so angry, girl job seekers are also feeling as frustrated and angry. So there's a change in the women voters also this time.
And another claim that BJP is making is that they have given free ration during the pandemic.
You see, as we know, free ration is given everywhere. And what are they getting? 96 lakh ration cards have been cancelled in Uttar Pradesh. It's one of the highest numbers in India. Now, when I go actually to the slums and to the villages, half the families don't have ration cards. They're not getting ration. And what are they getting? 4 kilos instead of 5. That is the general pattern. Everywhere I've heard that. And the quality is very bad. You know, it's full of stones and very difficult to clean. And they have added some other articles. There is 1 liter of oil, cooking oil, and some salt. But that cooking oil is palm oil, which has a bad smell. So that people don't like at all. And everywhere I have been told that the salt has got glass in it and has got plastic in it. Now they are saying that instead of giving us this free oil, mustard oil used to be 60 rupees a liter. Now it's 200. So reduce the prices and don't give us this horrible oil which we don't want to use.
Thank you so much for this conversation. It has been a pleasure.
Thank you very much.